There we are. Add to stream.
Yay!
All is well. We've only been live for a minute, so that's fine. As you were, everybody. All right.
Oh my God, it's Dark Moon. It's Dark Moon. Thank you, tech support. Hello, gorgeous people. Sorry for the madness. Oh gosh. Oh, here's the lovely bit. Here's everyone from all over the world. Oh, we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. Oh, hang on a minute. I have to go and get tech support again. Hold on. Dave, it says it's having trouble streaming to Facebook. Oh. Do you know what? Lovely folk. I hope you can hear me and everything is okay. But the computer's having a meltdown. It's been that kind of day. I don't know what to say to you. But I hope everyone can see. But I have tech support because I am Techno Fear and he is Techno Joy. But I can see loads and loads of lovely people coming up all over, from all over the world. I mean, just incredible. This is always one of my favourite bits of this. So hopefully you can all see and hear.
Okay, if you're on Facebook, it looks like it's just not going to the Facebook page.
Oh, dear.
It's going to Philip's Facebook.
Ooh.
So Screaming and Philip is good. It's just... Oh, right.
So, well, while Dave does the tech thing in the background, I'm just going to keep talking. So, goodness knows what you can actually see on here. Dog's come up now and he's panting. Sorry for the chaos. Do you know what? Tech things at Dark Moon in this house really don't like us. They really faff about. So apologies for that.
Yep.
Are we all good now?
I think you're on the page now as well.
Fantastic.
Hello, everybody.
We'll see Dave in a bit in biscuits. Right, I think we're all okay. So I hope everyone can see us now. But hello to... Oh, no, it's still saying it's having trouble. But I don't know. It's it's just all not right. Having fun with Facebook.
Okay, well, you're on Philip's.
So
Facebook is having issues, but
yeah.
You know, you've got lots of people there on YouTube.
Yeah.
Philip's, yeah.
So we're all good. It's all right. I'm seeing...
Come on, Oscar.
I'm seeing Facebook icons coming up, so hopefully it's all okay. Right, I'm going to stop waffling and panicking now and say hi from a still quite wintry Britain, from south of England here. It's actually been sunshining today, which is a miracle because it's been nothing but rain, which is frankly depressing, to be honest. But spring is nigh. All of the birds are telling me so, and I am enjoying that. So what I thought I would talk about this evening, because I was racking my brains and I thought, what can we do? What can we talk about? Something we haven't talked about for ages. Well, I haven't talked about it for ages. And I was asked a question the other day by somebody who asked me to visualize where I was at emotionally and spiritually right at this particular moment in time. And I had a really clear image come immediately into my head. And it was me sat in front, at the center of a vast labyrinth in front of a stone altar. And on the altar, there were several little icons, little things which I couldn't see quite clearly, but it was a very instantaneous thing. And as I was talking to this person, I was sort of describing this thing, and the realization came to me was, this is a place I've been to many times in many different guises, and each thing that was sat on this little stone altar at this center place of utter stillness and peace represented a journey a life journey, a critical life journey, where I had either been extremely challenged, extremely thrown out of whack, and realized that I was on a journey to find something important for who I was mentally, physically, spiritually. And every time I'd got to the center of the labyrinth, I had manifested some little icon that represented that journey and the wisdoms and the knowledge that I'd accrued, so that every time I made a pilgrimage to this space again, I would remember these life stories, these little pieces of wisdom. And it got me thinking about maybe how other people use ancient symbols and sacred geometry, maybe within their particular practices. So I just thought I would kind of waffle on about the idea of labyrinths, and maybe see how other people kind of work with that sense of sacred geometry, that sense of how, I mean, these ancient images, these ancient symbols continue to promote themselves within every culture. I mean, labyrinths in particularly, which are not the same as mazes. This is a common misconception. Labyrinths are a one path in and a path out, whereas a maze is, you have options and dead ends and things like that, whereas a labyrinth has no dead ends. You are on a winding journey to the center. And for me, that is something which is so meditative and so powerful. And like I say, personally, I've worked with them for over 30 years. And we have used them in massive rituals at camps and things like that. Particularly fire labyrinths. And Erida's all about the fire. And they have been so profoundly moving and so profoundly shifting and challenging for people that they've become an absolutely integral part of a holistic way of working. So life is a maze and practice is a labyrinth. Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose it could be. Yeah, if you want to tame a maze of madness, turn it into a labyrinth, I guess. That's an interesting ponder. So a lot of people kind of think that labyrinths are quite complex things to navigate or to actually create. But actually, while I'm chattering on, if anybody has got a bit of paper and a pen to hand, I have got a really in a bit. I will show you how to really simply create one of the most famous style labyrinths at all, the Cretan one, but a very, very simple one. And you can make it far more complex if you choose, just with some very simple additions. So if you have a piece of paper and a pen to hand and you want to know how to, what the formula is for actually creating a very simple labyrinth, then grab it while I'm waffling on. Because I have pictures and we'll show them. Oh, lovely. Everybody's still coming in. It's so lovely to see everybody. So what was I rappling on about? Yeah. So for me, on a personal level, there is that sense of being able to use your body, your mind, and your spirit all at the same time. When you mark out a labyrinth that is large enough to walk through, which we have done endless times. Oh, somebody's got, you've got a grass labyrinth in Milton Keynes. Ooh, I need to come and visit that, I think. There are lots of grass turf labyrinths and various kinds of things all over the place, but it is a symbol that so many cultures have. I mean, just from the north to the south, everywhere has some kind of form of labyrinth. There are various theories about the Cretan labyrinth. Particularly, see, I have pictures. I've printed things out. So this is a larger version of the Cretan labyrinth with the Minotaur at the centre, which was said to have been created by Daedalus to house the monster of the Minotaur, But that always confuses me, that myth, because it implies that there were more dead ends and places to get lost, whereas a labyrinth isn't quite like that. However, the idea of monsters in the labyrinth, maybe they are monsters from your own psyche. Maybe they're monsters that you're dealing with in life. Maybe they're traumas, whatever they are. A labyrinth is a kind of controlled, for me, safe place to face those things in a way that I can feel there is a way in, there is a way out, and at the center, all things can be dealt with. And it goes along with the idea of Christianity taking that symbol. This is another reason. All cultures, and various religions have something akin to the labyrinths, whether they are kind of like visual mandalas where you walk through them in your mind, or created in sand, and all kinds of fantastic ideas like that. Whether they are baskets woven with patterns in. I believe there is a particular Native American version of that called The Man in the Basket or something like that. If I might have got that slightly, forgive me if I haven't got that quite right. But it's a beautiful symbol, really, really profound looking, woven into basket. But for me, there's something about the labyrinth which is almost like the brain, like the two sides of the brain. Because if you look at it, it's almost like quadrants. There's a square version here, which maybe illustrates it even more. Try and get it straight. You have one walk in, that way, working backwards, and you're going around quadrants, I think. So there's 4 quadrants. And I mean, if you kind of just look at the brain quickly, I mean, it's a little bit like that. It became associated in the Christian times with, perhaps people have associated it, right or wrongly, with a pilgrimage to the holy city at Chartres. This is the one that's on the floor there, and people walk through it with focus and prayers, which I think this is a particularly beautiful one. I'd love to know how. I need to research how to actually draw that one out. But the idea of walking and meditating and concentrating only on that journey for that time, you drop everything else. It's like that descent into the underworld for Inanna, where I imagine her at every turn of a 7-turn labyrinth, dropping another veil of herself on the floor. And if you kind of relate that to your own journey, as you go into the center of who you are dropping away other people's expectations. You are dropping away guilts or worries, and until you are stripped bare at the center and you look, for me, sometimes there is a pool, a dark pool that behaves like a mirror in that center, and I can look at myself clearly without all of the chaos. Is there a connection between the Wheel of the Year and the Labyrinths? I don't know, actually. But if you think about it, there are aspects of it. And in one of my notes here, there is a suggestion that in one of the Norman cathedrals in France, that the monks used to do. So it says here, description survive of French clerics performing a ritual at Easter, which was a dance along the labyrinthine path on Easter Sunday. So again, there's that sense of going into the dark place and then being Easter, the return journey being a rebirth. So it's a powerful tool that can help you focus and allow things to drop. So, and sacred geometry. I mean, we're all incredibly familiar with the pentagram. That is something else I've used in a very physical form, laying out the 5 points and walking between each one, stopping at each to focus on that particular aspect, walking to the eastern quarter or however you have set it up, whichever direction you walk, you could walk it in various directions from one point to another to invoke or to focus on a different aspect or bring a different elemental aspect. All of these journeys are mini pilgrimages that absolutely focus you into whatever it is you are actually working with. I've just seen another mention there of spirals. I mean, for me, that classic triple spiral, like on the Newgrange stone, feels almost labyrinthine to me. Like you could walk it. There's so many ways to use these things, and for me, they're kind of like embodied in the fabric of ancient wisdom, and it's something that never falls away. It's always been there for everybody. At camps, we've done a couple of different camps. I'm going to show you pictures now of the one or two. One particular fire labyrinth we did. I think this was the very first one we did, and that, as you can see, had a fire gate. This was slightly adapted because it's got you get to the center and then you have a path straight out for safety purposes. So it was created by, I can't remember if it was created by Ivor Macbeth or by Chris Park, but somebody at the original Obod camps had done the original design and we completely stole it. And when people were lining up to move through this, once it had calmed right down and the fire sprites had stopped spinning. I mean, it's an incredible sight to walk through one of those things. There was a queue of people, and there was a man who was terrified of fire. He was terrified for this journey. He wasn't sure he was going to actually do it, and there was no compunction to make him do it. It was absolutely everybody's choice. But there was a woman with her young child, and the young child said to his mum, "Oh, let's walk through this together. I'll keep you safe, Mum." It was a bit like, and that confidence and that care of those two people looking after each other, she looking after him, and he really wanting to look after his mum too, gave the man behind them the confidence to walk through and face his own challenge, because he was in a community of people who were all looking out for each other. It was all very safely done. It was water and safety stuff everywhere, but no you have to be very careful if you do things like this, and make sure that you have no man-made fibers and things like that, and make sure you got all the safety gear, which we always did. And it took us the afternoon to lay out, and the whole evening to walk through. But we've used those labyrinths as a gateway into the bigger ritual. So you leave one way of being and you move into another realm of being. And that labyrinth was the transition between the worlds. Another was the culmination of working with the story of Cerridwen, where it was representing Cerridwen's womb, that Taliesin is eaten as a seed and goes into the womb. And that labyrinth quite accidentally ended up being 365 steps and 13 turns. And that wasn't even planned. It was just really synchronistic and powerful, incredibly powerful. So these things can be used in a modern vernacular. I mean, we've also made labyrinths with electric candles in little bags and laid them out so that people can walk through indoors. I mean, there's so many different ways to do this, and if you're indoors, little candlelight, you just have to be very safe and careful about what you're doing. But I can't stress how profound some of this stuff, how profoundly it affects you, body, mind, and spirit. The same with the pentagram. I'm just looking at I'm waffling again because I got thrown off with all of our different things. So the whole idea of using pilgrimage, of using ancient symbols. If you're not into sacred geometry per se, just look into some of it, lay it out. I mean, as an artist, I try to use it within my art, as artists have done in history, and you can feel it when you look at the art of people who've worked this stuff in. There's a profound sense of journey. Even if you don't understand what the symbolism is, you feel something. It's like when you walk into a church or a cathedral, particularly because it's all based on sacred geometry, there is a sense of how those underlying patterns in the construction of that building funnels energy in, and then when it's paired with vocalization of prayers or of song or anything like that, there is layer upon layer upon layer of profoundly moving energy that just, well, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't take much to put me in tears, but things like that absolutely floor me. Listening to choir voices in a cathedral, whether you're into Christianity or whatever, it doesn't make any difference. The beauty in the coming together of sound and space is just incredible. It's beyond. So the thrust of it was, if you haven't actually had a go at kind of working with stuff like this, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I highly recommend you having a focus that you want to do. Maybe your life is a bit chaotic at the moment. Maybe you just need to work something through, but you can't find a still space. You can create a still space. And if you've got your pens and paper, get ready, because here is a really, really, really simple way to draw out a very, very basic labyrinth. And if you feel like it right now, I recommend, I would urge you to do it. Right, I'm going to try and work. I'm trying to work backwards. So this is the seed. So it's a cross with the 4 dots. And then what you do is you start from the center and go to the first dot. Then you come down to the next piece and you go, I'm trying to work backwards. This is really weird. Up to that dot. Then you come down. You can go from there. Oh, so you can see it. Look, there you go. There. You join each cross piece with a dot on the other side. It probably makes more sense for you to look at it than it actually does for me to explain it, because they've done it in different colors. Does that make sense? Have a go. See if you can draw that out. And the way to increase the number of turns, I've got another diagram that I can show you that. I don't want to take this down too quickly. I just want to give you time to do this. And what I'll do is I'll put this in the notes. I'll try and take a photo of it and put it in the notes. So hopefully you can get it off of there. But if you want to make a more complex one, I don't know if you can see this. Basically, you add extra L pieces in each corner, so extra bits of these, and the dots will always go to the outside. So you could have maybe 2 or 3, maybe even 4, and then L shapes before you put a dot, and then it's just simply joining those up alternately. So end goes to end and so on. But like I say, I'll put those up. But there's so many videos on YouTube, and there's loads of different ways to find how to do that on the internet. It's everywhere, because people, I went to a camp once and people were trying to use Pythagorean rules and all kinds of, they made it so complicated, and I was like, it's a lot easier than that. Or you just need that. And but even something that simple is profound. And you don't actually have to make it so big that you can walk through it. You can actually do this kind of thing, just walking through it with your finger, just tracing the lines backwards and forwards whilst thinking of your keeping your focus in mind, just you tracing through, backwards and forwards, and using it completely as a meditational tool. So I hope that's given you some ideas. I've just looked at the time. I've been yapping on for like 31 minutes now. So I just want to take a minute and just maybe get you all to close your eyes and just take a deep breath. Feel that breath radiating, connecting with everybody around the world. And another deep breath. A community of people inspired by the wisdom of the ancients to bring these ancient symbols into practical use in this day and age. If you can, imagine in your mind's eye or feel in your heart and mind a giant, fabulous labyrinth. It is a journey. It is like breathing in and out. As you journey in, you take with you all of the experiences of the world. When you get to the center, the still point, you understand, you have time to reflect on what that journey has given you. And when you start to make your way back out of the labyrinth, you are guided by the wisdoms you have been given. And you take those and you ripple those pieces of knowledge out into the world, emerging reborn and blinking into a new light before the journey begins all over again. Take another breath. Feel this fabulous community touching every point and place on this glorious world of ours. Little lights, little labyrinths, all one giant community together in this time, in this place. What a fabulous thing to be part of this modern pagan way. So I hope you've enjoyed this mad tumble through the chaos of crazy internet. What's it? And I will look forward to seeing some of you maybe in the biscuits bit that Dave is going to join us with afterwards, where we're going to kind of see whether anybody who joins ask you what your experiences were of working with, or if you've not had any, how you would like to work with. So thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Just always so lovely to connect with you guys, and safe journeys, and may the year be kind to you. Many, many blessings. And I will see you another time. Be well, take care. And I will see you maybe in the biscuits, maybe another time down the road. Be well. Goodbye.